All right, let's get into it. So, welcome back, everybody. As we had a slight delay, but we're back into it now as we go back into the world of the Shattered Teeth. Now, if you remember last time, you had been sent on a mission from someone called wasn't it Yagria, who you met. According to the mind flayers who were talking to Soren's dad in Hollow Rock, and she would have a clue about exactly where to stop the Unmade. And you went on a mission up into the mountains at her request. She said if you could open the mines again, she would effectively give you the location about where to go. You did successfully reopen the mines thanks to the defeat of a Medusa. But there's a couple of problems. I do believe that Miss Eris is a little stoned at the moment. Petrified. And who is the other one? Soren. Okay, so... What? just carrying some baggage along with you. Well, fortunately, it's all downhill from here, so you could almost surf Soren and Eris all the way down the mountain. But we'll pick it up as you guys rejoin up with the Dwarven clan, who's hiding up in a cave not that far away from here. And if you remember, King Yorn was more or less on his deathbed. He's laying down on a big slab of rock, and it's almost like as if he's melding into the rock. The rest of the dwarves there don't seem horribly concerned about this. Apparently it's a natural way for these creatures who are of stone to die, to return to whence they came, I guess. But you enter in there. I'll say 4 of you walking, and what are you doing with Eris and Soren? Rafe and Judas? Well, are you just carrying them? What are you doing? Leaving them there? I just saw the GIF. I think between the 4 of you, you could move them. Eris is actually relatively tall, right? And yeah. And Soren's a bit of a waif. Is that correct, Soren? Yeah, so Soren's a lot easier to carry than Eris. But regardless, you come back in there and you see the King Yorn laid out. And he lifts a weary eye and says, this is not good news, I see. I believe you must have met the Medusa. Am I not wrong in my assumptions? Well, I pray that you defeated her, and we can get back to mining. Well, as you know, we have some healers, but there is none greater healer than the one you have with you. And Sister Abedi pipes up, it is true. I am a really great healer, but I'm afraid that this type of magic is beyond me. I think the best we can hope for is maybe someone can help us in Hollow Rock, because we have very urgent business, and I fear we have delayed too much already. So what do you think, Rafe? Judas, what's the play here? Well, it It is possible, I imagine, but no doubt easier with the services of both Sardin and Eris, both valuable members of this team. And once again, I apologize. I wish... I'm a great healer. Ilmater has blessed me mightily, but some things, unfortunately, are beyond me at the moment. And King Yoren says, well, might I ask you just one more favor, if you'd be so kind? Well, as you know, me and my brother Boone have had our differences. And he waves over to a dwarf and says, bring me Rassendel's sword, if you'd be so kind. And one of his dwarven clan members goes and brings out this really magnificent sword. It's made of silver, it's encrusted with gemstones, it's a very nice looking sword. And he says, the bad blood between me and my brother, it all started over this sword. I wanted it, he wanted it, and we came to blows, and that's when he's left. Now, as I'm about to die, might I ask you to be so kind and to return this sword to my brother Boone as a way of burying old troubles. Could you do me this one last favor? Oh, he's in Hollow Rock as well. And are you being truthful there, Rafe? Okay, cool. You're good. You're good people. I can tell you that. And as a way of saying thank you for reopening the mines, I mean it's less of mines and more our home. We have a gift for you. And he brings out a magnificent-looking belt and says, this is for you. I'm not sure who can make most use of it, but it is a very, very useful item. This is what the belt looks like. If you look in roll 20, you can tell me what that is. A belt of dwarven kind, indeed. You can either do it from D&D Beyond, and you have the Beyond 20 plugin. You can, display in virtual tabletop. There we go. Yeah, it is pretty cool. I recently discovered it myself. So, I'll let you guys decide who would most benefit. I mean, if nothing else, you get a +2 to your constitution, which is, of course, not trivial. And I think that would that increase your AC as well, Udas? With a con bonus? But don't barbarians get their AC based on their dex and their con? When they're unarmored? So yeah, like this. Sorry, I've just got a bad setting here. Got to sort it out. Okay, sorry. So, are you taking it, Judas?
Yeah, no, I
already had it equipped.
Already equipped. Okay, so you should get that bump to your AC as well. Okay, so with that, King Yorn takes a deep breath and says, I pray you could make a good use of it, and please return the sword to my brother. And I believe you. You're good people. And with that, he takes a big, deep breath, and he takes his last exhale, and his body seems to just melt into the stone, and he becomes unmoving, now seemingly completely and utterly stone, and not much else. And several of his dwarven clan mates come and put his hand on his chest and just say a few prayers to their gods and give you a nod of respect. And what would you like to do?
Do we need rest or anything? I think we're head out. What time is it?
I am resting.
Yeah. What? Just assume you're long rested.
Okay. And if it's the time, it's soon. I don't know how long it took us to get here. If we're tired, if we need to sleep. Otherwise, we just head out, I think, right? Yes.
Yeah, we just need to go.
Yeah. Wow, yeah.
Okay. So you
long rest.
Yep, well, assume you're long rested. I think last time you spent the night in the cave with the dwarves. But in the meantime, it's a very laborious process between the four of you and Sister Abedi to get the stone corpses of Eris and Soren down the mountain. But you eventually do. I'm actually going to have Rafe and Judas make me some con saves, please. And I'll be rolling for Kenryu and Roman as well.
Oh my god, of course.
Classic Judas. Alright, so Kenryu with a con save. This is pretty good. And Roman. Pretty good. So, yeah, despite your great bulk and your excellent constitution saving throw, Judas, it exhausts you out. I can imagine maybe you're doing more than is necessary, taking the heavy burden. But suffer a point of exhaustion. And towards the end of the second day, shall we say, it takes you a while to get down there. So you arrive back in Hollow Rock. And if you remember, Hollow Rock is very much built on the edge of the Savage Mountains. It's multi-layered with many mine entrances in it, some active, some not. Very much a tiered thing. And if you remember, the leader of this town was someone called what was her name? Yagria, who's at the very top level. So, what do you want to do? You could go see Yagria, you could go see Boone, you could do whatever you like.
I think we'll first take care of that sword. Well, I mean, first what we do is we can take care of our folks that need to be de-stunned.
Yeah.
So, where we go to ask around about the best cleric in the area, I guess.
Okay. So why don't Rafe and Soren both make me an investigation check as we as you look around Hollow Rock trying to find.
These are not our best things.
Very average Judas and slightly above average Rafe. Both +0 modifiers, so not the best. But you look around and you do find someone who could do it, but it does take you a very long time to find it. As I said, you arrived at the towards the end of the day. Eudas, technically that should have been at disadvantage with investigation, but we'll take Rafe's anyway, since you are exhausted. And asking around, a lot of people are kind of ignoring you. It's not the most friendliest town imaginable, called Hollow Rock. I mean, it's mining. But you do find someone as part of one of the mining companies here. They put you towards a cleric named Marion, and they say that she's the best healer around here. She's particularly useful for dealing with miners who have broken their bones, broken their backs, and other bits and pieces. They're not too sure if she can help you, but if there is someone, then Marion's going to be the person. And you're given directions, and you go to one of the mining buildings, and you inquire at the front desk, and they direct you to Marion, who's right at the back of one of these mining companies. And you knock on the door, and she opens it. Inside you see just tons of alchemical supplies. There's test tube type things of stuff. There's vials. There's many herbs and spices. And Marion herself is a elderly lady, human, maybe in her 70s. She's got a distinct hunch to her back. She's, hello. What can old Marion help you with, friends?
Well, my name is Rafe, and this is my friend Judas, and we've heard you're a talented healer and cleric in the area. We're looking for one for some friends of ours.
Well, I know of none better. I assume you're having problem with your statues there, or something happened to your friends?
Yeah, these are our friends. They got into the wrong side of a Medusa, and well, this is their state.
Oh, bring them in, take a seat. And you lug/drag in Soren and Judas. And she says, well, let me have a look at them. And she takes a close look at both Soren and Eris. And you swear she actually gets close up to both of their arms and gives them both a lick, almost tasting them. Then gets out a very tiny pickaxe and starts chipping away a little bit. Like not from their arms, but from their clothes. So just a little chip, chip, chip. And then she grinds up this powder in a little mortar and pestle. And she mixes some stuff in. And then she drinks it. She says, this is an interesting case. I think I can do it, but it's going to cost me a little bit in bits and pieces, shall we say. So why don't you offer me some coin and we'll see how much I can do. Make me an offer I can't refuse.
Well, I mean, I have no idea where to start. Can you say what your usual rate is and we can go from there?
Well, I don't do this type of things very often, lad. I do a lot of broken bones, backs, unconscious people with head injuries. So let's just see if how much your friends are worth to you. Make me an offer, lad.
Okay, so time out on the conversation. I don't know how much gold we have. I don't have much. What's our? Do you have party loot, or what is the other folks have? I don't have much. Yeah, right.
Yeah, all the items on her made us. I'm pretty sure.
You were highly incentivized to distill all of our gold is on her.
Yeah, wake her up first, and then she'll do all the talking for us.
You had the gold there, but I can't even. I don't. That's where our money is.
Let's see. Oh, Kinryu has 200. Roman has 10.
So we're not. So they're not here. So we're going to volunteer the money. So we can give you a starting lunch of a cost of 200.
200. That's Well, make a persuasion check, Rafe.
Where's that?
And I have a potion of fire resistance.
I'll tell you what. You give me 200 gold pieces and I can get one of these people back. I think that will be a fair deal, don't you think?
Okay, and then if we have 200 from there, you do the other one?
Well, I think I would.
Okay,
But-
so Eris, do would I know what you have?
Like I have like 7 gold pieces. I spent everything I had on a
shit.
big thing of armor. Yeah,
Okay,
so I
challenge.
just have armor.
Alright, so is there anything else we could do to a favor for you or a task that would help that also offset any costs? Because we're a little thin on coin.
Yeah, well, I'm a little light on coin as well. It's what I most desire. Tell you what, let's unfreeze one of your friends first, and maybe they have something to offer. So, ask you, you two likely lads, who shall I unfreeze first?
Yes, do you have a vote?
Flip a coin. That's
That's
the
what I
only
was
thing
that's what I'm do right here. So I'm going to do a D100, and it's going to be over 50. It's going to be Soren, under 50 Eris.
Okay.
I'm above 50. Oh, damn
So
it.
Who is that,
That's
sorry?
Soren.
That's Soren. Okay.
Yeah. I won't have better up and down, but yeah. So,
You chose poorly, I'll just say that.
will Eris have anything that would be of value? So
I don't
she
have
knows.
Well, you chose Soren. I mean, you're not bound to the dice, but if you want to stick with Soren, of course you can. Are you sticking with Soren?
Do it.
You know, do
That
we have
dice
any?
is token.
Yeah, do we have any reason to do we think there's more value in Eris than Soren?
I have a potion of fire breathing.
You want to throw that in the pot? Okay. Does that get both of them?
Well, that's maybe getting you halfway to getting your other friend out. But why don't we get your first friend out first, and maybe he'll have something to offer as well. Just a moment. And once again, she returns to your mortar and pestle. She once again takes a little rock hammer and just takes a chip out of a piece of Soren's clothing. So you have 2 little holes in your cloak,
That is.
Soren, but hopefully that won't be a deal breaker later on when some weird saving throw comes up. And she chips them off. She spits into the bowl. And she starts tipping in various reagents. Some of them smoke a little bit. Some of them are just pungent. Some of them look more or less like water. And she bangs away in a mortar and pestle. And this is quite a big mortar and pestle. And she grinds it up until there's this very thick, transparent, gooey type liquid. And she brings up this big mortar and pestle, almost buckling under its weight. And she holds it up over Soren's head and says, "Here we go!" And she tips and it kind of gloops down. And as it gloops down, it's quite odd from your perspective and everybody else's perspective as well, for that matter, Soren. Because your head, as a scoop hits your head becomes flesh. And you're aware and you can talk, but the rest of your body is made of stone. And as this thing gradually goes down your neck, your chest, your arms, your torso, your legs, gradually, bit by bit, Soren is now unstoned.
Hey, Soren.
There you go.
Thank you. Soren, how's it going?
I'm a little stiff.
Yeah, that'll wear off in a couple of days. You'll be fine.
Thank you.
So what could we're trying to get our Eris also got hit by the Deuce, so we're trying to get her also unstoned. So what we're halfway there to the price.
Yeah,
What do you
potion.
do?
I could make use of that potion. What else do you have to offer?
What else are you interested in? So when do you have any with trading?
He literally has nothing.
Alright.
He is the most minimalist person ever. He doesn't even have a weapon.
Okay.
Like, do we still have our horses? Can we sell our horses?
Oh, what's
Are you-
that? What's a little vial you hold at your side there, lad? What is that? Is that your blood in it?
It's called None Your Business.
Oh, all right. Well, I wish you all a good day then. Be on your way.
Soren?
I mean, she. What? Yes, it is my blood in it.
What does that do, lad?
This is too roll deception.
Just in case you can't remember, this is what it does.
Yeah, I'm just reading it right now. It just helps me focus my spell casting and helps me feel rested.
Oh, that looks. Eudas, yep.
At this point, the party would notice that Udas, who's ever there, yeah, he's shifting he's hiding.
You does? Anything you do to help here?
Eris does not notice. No.
This is Eris. This is a friend of ours. Anything you do to help?
100 in the potion.
Ooh, I see what you're hiding, Eudas. I won't say, but I can see your character sheet.
I can guess.
Yeah, 100 gold pieces and that little old potion of fire resistance. Is that what your offer is?
Final awful offer.
Awful.
Make a persuasion check, Eudas.
Oh, no, this is at disadvantage.
Ah, yes, it is.
Nice.
This is gonna go terribly persuade. Oh wait, but I have advantage on persuasion.
With dwarves.
With
right?
dwarves. With dwarves.
Oh, 21.
No, you
It's a
have.
straight
Oh,
roll.
21. It is a straight roll.
Down.
You're right. That was a natural 20. You were right. And she says, you are a big lad. I like you. There's something about you that's you seem like an honest person. And I must say, you've been polite. You've been respectful. You haven't spoken out of turn. And with this, she shoots daggers at Soren. 100 gold pieces and the potion. Deal.
I wasn't giving her this. It cost me 5,000 gold.
5,000, dang.
She can take this off my corpse. Turn me back to stone, bro.
Yeah, it's super useful for sorcerers, right? So yeah.
Alright. He slides the money in the potion, hands it over, turn her back.
Okay.
It's done.
And with a similar routine, with chipping a bit of her stone clothing, spitting in it, mixing all sorts of things, and once again, this clearless, colorless goop is the result. And she says, hold still! And she tips it on Eris, and Eris, the same type of experience with Soren. Your eyes unfreeze first, and you look around, you can't speak, but then your mouth gets, working, and down and down and down and down and down until you're fully Eris again.
Huh. Well, that was generally unpleasant.
Just a long nap for you again.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they didn't hit me.
You're
But, yeah.
you're a lot taller than I remember.
I've always been tall. What are you talking about?
You seem taller suddenly. I don't know.
You're standing on the ground. You're not on your horse this time. That's probably why.
okay.
Well,
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. This has been just very helpful. We've been through a lot, and opinions are important.
Most welcome. Feel free to come back anytime. Just come and ask for old Marion.
Happy to get.
Thank
Next time we'll come with more gold.
Thank you. Okay, so you leave Marion. You find yourself back into the tiered city of Hollow Rock. What would you like to do?
If the list is return the sword to him, do we know where he would be at?
I thought he was dead.
If you remember, Boone was the person who fought in the arena with you.
Yeah.
And you both defeated things together, though from memory, Ken Ryu was kind of the MVP, but Ken Ryu is not here to celebrate that as much. But the last time you saw him, he was in the Bloody Boar Tavern, which is kind of the local fighting pit thing. Okay. And so you head over to the Bloody Boar Tavern. It's easy enough to find.
What do you got there, buddy?
Oh, just an artifact. Yeah, actually, he knows there is. Artifact that they asked us to deliver for him. Favor.
Can I just take a look at it?
Yes, but I did make a promise. Just be aware.
I know.
Okay.
Just looking with my eyes and with my hands, and I'm gonna cast Identify.
Okay, sure.
I didn't want to know.
Just a sec. I just need to find the document that has it in.
Well, easy promises, and we don't know how to get this, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a second. Okay. So the first thing you notice about the sword is it's technically a bastard sword, which is, I guess, is a long sword. You can use it one-handed or two-handed, right? Yep. You cast Detect Magic on it, and you notice a couple of things. Identify on it, rather. And you do notice it is it's giving out an aura of necromancy. That's one thing you discover with Identify. It functions as a +2 weapon. And you detect some sentience as well. It's a sentient sword. It has a personality. And if you spend some time attuning to it, you'd get it. And it is also, I guess, a fire-ice sword. You can effectively choose whether you do an additional D6 fire or D6 cold damage with it.
Neat sword.
Eris begrudgingly hands it back to Rafe while making sad puppy dog eyes.
Okay, so you head into the tavern, and you easy enough to find Boone just drinking and enjoying, and exchanging notes about glorious battles and other bits and pieces. Do you approach?
Yeah, we'll approach and greet him, and so he knows who we are and stuff. So.
Okay.
All the publicity, how you doing, and buy you drinks and all that kind of stuff before you start.
Okay, so the pub the tavern is quite boisterous. Things are going off. People are having a fantastic time inside there. And he says, welcome back. How did it go in the mines? Did you, what happened? Tell me all about it.
It was an adventure, and I guess Roman would be telling the stories about what happened and whatnot, right? Not really Rafe's style.
Okay, So we'll have Roman just regale the tale of how you opened the mine, defeated the Medusa. There's a few, shall we say, extra details put in that make you look even cooler than he did. And as Soren is telling this story, Roman telling this story. Let's see how well he does at telling the story. 19 people gather around and they listen to the tale and they cheer and they tense bits in the stories. But Roman does an excellent job of relaying the story. And at the end of that, that's quite a tale, and I must thank you for opening the mind. I'm a little sad to hear about my brother. We had some bad blood, but I guess that's all in the past now. Anyway, let me buy you a drink. And he goes and buys you a drink.
Which is speaking of the bad blood, we heard a little bit about that. Your brother wanted to amend things or to leave with I guess with peace between you two. And he wanted us to bring you this item, this artifact. My friend is a bit reluctant to let it go, but it was, we promised.
Well, this is, this touches this old dwarven's heart. I mean, this is indeed Rasindil's sword. It's a source of the bad blood between me and my brother. And I guess the fact that he gave to you, gave him to me, I guess we can safely say the bad blood is over between us. I look forward to sharing an ale with him in the afterlife.
Well, I'm glad we could bring some peace to you both.
He nods. You can see him wipe away a little tear, which he tries quickly to hide. And you enjoy some drinks, tell some more tales. And yeah, Bun is very happy that you returned your sword. And I'm going to say, I don't do this enough, but you guys have all done an excellent job of freeing up the mine, giving up a very powerful sword because you gave your word to do so, and managed to do some things, or you can all have an inspiration point, a DM inspiration point to reroll stuff. And make sure Ken, Ryu, and Roman have one. So there you go.
Do we get a rest where I can get rid of this day's rest?
I think so, given how terribly you did at trying to find this healer. We'll say you spend most of the day into the night finding it, and you find a local tavern. Long rested, so feel free to take that exhaustion back. And what would you like to do?
So with the rest in, we've done. Guys, what else? What's on our list? I got the two things I knew at the top of my list.
Need to go talk to Yagria.
Yeah,
I just need to go to the bank, and then I'm good to go.
But I thought you were out of money. Rafe kind of says in a smirk.
I am.
You will be, right?
After he's done at the bank, yeah.
Right. That's what I was saying.
So you want to do a deposit at Mina's Mantra Bank there, Yuda, sending it to the people I know who you want to send it to.
Yeah.
So feel free just to take a note of it yourself and just deduct the 1% transaction fees.
Yep.
And you'll be good to go.
Cool.
Okay, so quick stop over at Mina's Mantra Bank. And I assume you're going to go see Yagria now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you climb up the various levels of Hollow Rock. You get to the very top where you rules from high above and seemingly having her hands in lots of pies. And you go into her I guess, living room space. And she's there kind of lying down on a couch. Her good side facing you. Remember, half of her body is said to be not cerebrally nice, so she's kind of talking at you from the side of her head. And she says, my men have told me that the mines are open again. Anything more I should know?
Is there? I don't
Not
think
really.
so.
I mean, we killed a Medusa, if you want to know that.
Well, that's definitely makes mining operations happen up again. And I believe you require some information from me.
Yeah, we're looking for the chains, correct?
Well, I can lead you to the temple where the chains are said to be. I've taken the liberty of drawing you out this map. You'll need to head into the Savage Mountains once again. And then you see it's a reasonably good map with directions like travel over this hill and follow this valley down for about half a day where you'll see a lake and then head inland from the lake, and quite detailed instructions, and it carries on like this. And she says, I went there once myself, and let's just say my current state with half my body not being as useful as it once was a result of going there. So before I hand you over this map proper, I must make sure that you're willing to go. It's safe to say it's a cursed place, and the cost of going might be greater than what you are willing to pay. I assume you still want to go?
Well, the stakes are high, so yeah, I think some things are worth it.
Well, a deal's a deal. All I can promise you is, sacrifices will need to be made. What type those sacrifices will be, it is not for me to say. But all I can do is wish you luck. I don't know if you'll be returning here, but I feel this may be goodbye regardless. So thank you once again for opening up the mines. That is going to be most useful to me. And I wish you luck. The blessings of the gods be upon you, because I think you're all going to die, but that is just me. I wish you luck.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. We all die sometime.
I mean, sure.
Okay. So, you leave Yagria to her pessimism, I guess you could say. I would say it's early in the morning. You've just seen Yagria. You've just seen Amina at Mina's Montrabank. Is there any preparations you wish to do? Anything you'd like to do before you head off? Following these directions into the heart of these savage mountains.
I don't think so, guys. What you guys want to do? Come, we're broke,
I'm
so.
so broke I can't do anything.
Right?
Okay. Yep. Okay, sounds as if you're all good. Let me know otherwise. You mount up on your horses. Yagria does mention that your horses will get you to the place we need to enter the mountains, but beyond that, it's not really suitable for horses. So you have a choice. You can, the place you would need to enter is right here. I'll just put the marker there. So you can take your horses to there, and then it's going to be up the mountains from there.
You want to try to find somebody that can go with us to take the horses back, or watch them when we're gone? So, hire somebody. We don't money to hire anybody, but.
How long would it take for us to get there without the horses?
I'll say a couple of days to get to there. A couple of days with horses, 4 days without horses.
We can just set them free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. So, mounting up on your horses, Rafe summoning Tana. Just woof, Tana comes into existence. You start your march along the mountains. Days of travel go without relative incidents. If there's anything you wish to talk about or do along the way, now would be your chance. Otherwise, we can just fast forward until the entry into the Savage Mountains.
I don't think so. That's cool.
To the mountains.
Okay, so you get to the point where Yagria says you need to abandon your horses, and you do. You abandon your horses because there's not much else to do. You set them free. They're a little confused at the start because they're domesticated horses, but eventually they...
What am I doing?
They'll figure it out. Survival of the fittest.
Yep,
Oh my god.
but they leave. Who knows what to come of them? You might catch up with them again. But for the moment, you're horseless. And you start heading up into the mountains of the Savage Mountains, following the directions of Yagria. And things are fairly terrible weather-wise. Snow starts to kick in. Thunder and lightning echo around the mountains. Things are pretty rough. And before long, not long after leaving the horses, you start ascending where Yagria said you find your boots start crunching in snow. You're having to bring warm weather clothing to get up, and you feel your face getting really cold from just the wind more than anything. But you press on up the mountain. And let me just bring up your character sheets. I can just have a quick glance at your passive perceptions.
Oh, mine's garbage.
Well, at least I know Mara. What was Mara's passive perception?
It was like 27 or something ridiculous.
Yes. So I'm glad I don't have to hide stuff from Mara. But the Shattered Teeth group.
We're not very good at that.
We're not very wise.
No.
Nope.
D&D Beyond did a really cool thing. They did a virtual dungeon master screen, so I can see like your hit points, your armor class, passive perception, all that type of stuff. But it's only available on apps. So I got one of my kids' iPads here, so I could look at it here. But it'd be nice if they just put it on a web page, so I can bring it up as a web page. But you have to do it via the app. So that's annoying. But passive perceptions.
Yeah, that's about right.
We all know. Yep.
Roman and Kenryu are pretty good. So I'll say Kenryu is travelling a little further up ahead, and he comes scampering down the mountain as all you guys are just kind of getting down and grinding up this mountain as best you can. And he says, there's something interesting up ahead, guys. I'm not sure what we can do, but what I see is I see two massive creatures. I mean, these are like 10, 12, maybe even taller of them. And there's two of them. And they've obviously found some type of elk or other mountain creature. And they're eating it. And by eating, I mean they're just breaking off her legs. They're eating it like a chicken. They're that big. I think one of them just fell asleep. Maybe from too much elk and is snoring, and the other one is kind of picking on one of the bones. And as he says this, you notice the storm is picking up in intensity even more. Now there is a way to go around these creatures. We could just skirt around them. I think I see a way we could do that. We have to be a little sneaky, but I don't think it's going to be a problem. But Judas, you might be interested in this. One of the giants has this large maul strapped to his back. And, I mean, these creatures mean, I almost smell them before I saw them. They're thoroughly disgusting. I didn't like the smell at all. But this maul, it was still shiny. It wasn't rusted. It wasn't tarnished in any type of way. It looked quite nice, to be honest. So maybe this should be your choice, Udas. See, you seem to like mauls. We could walk around it, potentially avoid a deadly combat. Or there's a rather nice cherry there. And
Wow,
Kenryu
Kenryu.
says, what do you
So
think?
much info.
Udas.
I think Udas would skip them all. The party doesn't have any reason to attack a monster.
Well, are you sure this is the right course of action? I mean, this is Sister Abedi. I mean, I understand this could make you a better fighter. We might all die. That is that downside. And I guess no matter what happens, it's not going to be that much of a delay. But this is show you what you want to do, Udas.
Not just up to me. What does the party want to do?
I mean, we could just the stronger we are, the better we're prepared for what we're going to hit, going to go after. So,
I mean, if we can't kill some measly trolls, we have no chance what we're going to go up against later.
good trolls.
Well, we don't want them coming up
Giants.
behind us. And we're really not sneaky. Like, in any way, shape, or form. I have a
No,
feeling
no,
we're
no.
probably going to be fighting them either way.
Yeah.
I may have gotten a handle on our sneakiness at least once a day.
At least
feel
I'm not
like
that great at it.
Could be pretty sneaky.
What do
But-
you mean once a day, Udas? What are you referring to?
I don't know. I just feel more at ease on the earth once a day for 1 hour. Everyone 30 feet around me feels sneaky, like the earth is softer.
You seem to have an affinity with the earth. Was this what happened back at Tal Salai?
Yeah, something like that was weird.
Oh.
feels as though
Giant
he
woman beat
has
the
leveled
shit
up.
out of me and buried me. Yeah,
Well,
they all just watched it happen too.
I wasn't there, actually. It sounded wonderful, though. I'm really sad I missed it.
well, it seems as if you're more at ease with the earth, and maybe that whole trial you went through was worth it, Udas. I'm happy for you in that sense. So what are we doing? Are we sneaking up? I mean, one of them was literally asleep. The other one's picking his teeth with an elk bone.
Fireball, fireball, fireball.
Hey,
Party would like to go in. I vote go in.
can we close up
Yeah.
scout the area and see what it looks like?
Yeah, let's do this the smart way. Before we run in.
And fireball.
So, well, if you want to scout, if someone wants to scout, or you could all scout, let me know what you want to do.
We send our tiny child there. Is he decent at that?
Yeah, 'cause he was caught. If he dies, hey, it's his fault, right?
He's got a +6 to his stealth.
I mean, that's pretty good.
And I will-
also
I will say
Make it
these
Without trade.
these terrible weather conditions are actually acting in your advantage. You'll have stealth at advantage, though on the downside, any perceptions checks will be at disadvantage, and any ranged attacks, be they spell or arrow, something like that, they'll be at disadvantage as well, because the wind's just going to catch them and they're going to fly away. So keep that in mind. but he will have advantage on stealth if you want to send him off there.
What kind of terrain are we talking about here? I know we're in the mountains. Enough to tight spaces or what?
Tight spaces. Let me have a look.
I'll tan it for this one. I've been thinking.
You look ahead, and they're very much at the bottom of a valley, and there's kind of steep slopes on either side of it. You can maybe go up on one of the slopes.
Yeah, that should be a call.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so our plan is to fireball and rush in. Is that pretty much the scout out? What's the
I think they were scouting.
Okay.
We'll sneak, scout, get a little closer, fix our position, and then fireball and run in.
Okay, sounds good.
I do have pass with trace. Pass without trace, guys, so we can sneak up on them.
It works.
Faith in us.
Well, if you have the ability to do this, pass without a trace away. So I assume you cast it?
Yes.
Okay, so pass without a trace is cast. Ooh, that's loud. Everybody has a plus 10 to their stealth, and it is at advantage as well. So keep that in mind. Let me do one for Kenryu. And let me do one for Roman.
And mine is a normal roll because I have disadvantage.
Okay. Okay, so Rafe 31, Judas 25, Roman 24, 33, 28, and 19. Okay. So you all start sneaking up, and let me just get you across onto the map. Actually, I should have rolled for Sister Abedi. I'll just roll twice for her. There we go. 28. She has plus 0 to her stealth. And we'll say, I'll just spread you out a little bit. Have Kenryu leading up ahead a little bit. I will say Mara, Eris is a little bit at the back since she wasn't feeling too confident on your sneak. But this is what you see. And I just put a ziz. That guy there seems to be asleep. And this is as close as you feel confident in going. But you can get eyes on these two massive creatures. One, as I said, picking his teeth with an elk bone. The other one snoozing away. And yeah, these things are massive. 12 feet. More than 12 feet. Sometimes up maybe 15 feet. Hard to tell from this distance. But these guys are huge. And you get a look at this maul on the back of... it's actually the sleeping ogre who has it. But it looks like a nice maul. You do notice that it's... sort of scaled to giant sized. You're about it's about as tall as you are, Yuda, so you couldn't really practically use it, but you know that magical weapons might adjust to your size if it is indeed magical. What would you guys like to do?
Can I preemptively cast Longstrider on myself?
You can.
Cool.
And once we're ready, I want to call Tana to me.
Okay. And Sister Abedi likes the idea of preempting casting stuff. So she is going to cast Bless. Let me see what level she can do it at. Get Sister Abedi's sheet up permanently. So she spells, she has up to 3rd level spells. So yeah, she's going to cast Bless at 3rd level, which will get 3, actually that would be 3, 4, 5 people will be blessed. So she'll be concentrating on bless.
Is she missing some health there?
She is. Not anymore. Okay. Which if you're going to bless Judas, Rafe, Kinryu. I said she could do 5. We'll say Soren. Whoops, just cursed you, Soren. Sorry about that.
Sadness.
And I'll say Rafe as well. Actually, no, I take this all back. Kinryu's not going to be blessed because he's not here.
Ha.
So we'll say Eris will be the other one blessed. Is that 5? 1, 2, and she'll bless herself. Okay, so there we go. I believed someone said fireball.
Oh, we're still going with that? Okay,
That's our start, I think.
okay, if everyone feels like they're in a position to start fight, then yeah, I'll fireball.
Yeah, can you give a 10 in there for me? Any chance?
Sure.
Or I can probably do it, I guess.
There you go.
I think I did it too.
Alright, well if everyone's ready.
Oh, hold on, hold on. I'll just hide in this snowbank over here.
Nice.
Yeah, I guess use thing up.
Bless is cast.
Here we go.
Alright. Fireball.
Okay, so you're casting fireball. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm going to give them both. Actually, this guy is going to fail automatically. There is nothing functionally he can do to avoid the fireball because he's asleep. But he definitely wakes up. We'll say he's still prone as he wakes up. And we'll get his friend over here to make a dexterity saving throw. So it'll just be 1. DC 17. Oops. He fails horribly. So they both take 34 points of damage. And they stand up and go... And the one who was awake chewing on the apple goes... And says something you don't know what they're saying. Actually, does anybody speak giant?
No.
No.
Thought maybe Udas, but not. Okay, and they immediately bring up these massive clubs. This one brings out a massive maul. And let's do one of these.
Oh,
Yeah, it did
no.
not roll well.
Oh no.
Not me either.
Alright,
Oh, I
alright.
Oh, I did that because that's what I'm taking.
Oops, I gotta roll for lots of people. Let's start with Sister Abedi. Oops.
I don't like how you said lots of people.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
I got
yeah,
all the
I guess our
all the
team, yeah.
NPCs, and then Kenryu, and then Roman. That's what I mean by lots of people. They come through it. Okay, and did we get Sister Abedi in there? We did not. So just Sister Abedi, and then we will be good to go. Sister Abedi gets a +0. Okay, so fireball erupts. The giants let out a yellowed scream as it just explodes on top of them. And we are away. We'll get some of this going. Okay, so as the fireball explodes, Judas, you are the first to react. Fireball explodes. What would you like to do? You are blessed.
Oh, sorry. Was I on mute? I'm going to rage.
Rage, nice.
And let's see if we're been so long. There we go.
Oh yes. Okay. Let's put an aura on you.
15 AC.
10 feet around you. So if you're within this radius on Udas, have +1 to your AC.
Could I have held an action to move up during the fireball to get close enough to attack? Realize. I thought I was 40, but I'm 45.
I think that is fair enough. As soon as the fireball goes up, you dash 40 feet, because that would be held action. So feel free to start your turn 40 feet away from where you are now, Udas.
Oh, okay, great. Then I will just, be right there. And he is,
He is prone.
correct?
Yep.
Alright, then no need to go reckless, and I will come down on him twice.
Okay, so with 2 massive hits from your maul hitting this prone target, both of those absolutely hit as you hack into this poor innocent creature.
Or 33 damage.
Does that, so yeah, with your rage. Okay, he lets out a roar. And that severely hurt him. And he looks as if he's trying to get up. You just bash him a couple of times with the maul to keep him down. So that's your bonus and your movement.
Yep.
Kinryu. What would be a Kinryu type of thing to do? Not entirely sure how his character works. So I want to say Kinryu wasn't quite as quick to the reaction, and he rushes up to you brandishing his longsword, getting ready to swipe at this creature. Okay, as Kinryu comes up, goes, yeah! Running with his little legs. You hear this giant, he was roaring. You don't know what he said, but you suspect he was maybe calling for help. Because at the top of this cliff, another one of these creatures appear. And to get up here, just so we're clear, to get up on this portion here is a 10-foot step. And to get up onto this portion would be another. So this is 20 feet high. This is 10 feet high. Same thing on the other side. 10 feet, 20 feet. So if you want to get up there, it's going to be tricky. But just so you know, it's not trivial to get up there. And this giant says, and he sees people rushing up and hitting, but he sees people at the back as well. I'm going to make it purely random. It is going to be Soren. So Soren, you see him pick up this rock here, and he goes, "Aah!" And he brings it back and just hurls this rock at you. Ooh, and it flies, and it hits you straight on. Here's rolling at disadvantage, but that would be a double natural 20. So that's going to hit you right in the noggin, and you're going to take 40 points of damage from this rock to the face. That's a critical thing.
Are you dead?
No.
So he goes, and lets out a giant roar. This just absolutely clocks you, Soren. Not a good start for Soren. But Soren, in your bloodied self, it is now your turn.
Yeah.
Can you two take care of the one up there with your long distance stuff?
No. Fireball.
Right,
Fireball again. Okay.
Yeah.
So fireball. And both of them need to make deck saves again. This time.
Same damage.
Okay. So the fireball erupts. They're both very not dexterous, but they both do make their saves rather miraculously. Rolling an 18 and a 17. So half of that, 17 each. Okay, and you see them, they're furious that they're hit by this fire again. And both of them get their clubs and point them in your direction, Soren. They're not happy with you.
That's unfortunate, but I did what I needed to do. So if I die, well, you know, it is what it is.
Okay, Rafe.
Gonna run up here. And then hit twice, or 3 times actually.
With advantage.
Advantage?
With advantage, because he's still prone on the ground. He was sleeping, remember?
Okay. Oh, yeah, cool.
And don't forget your bless, but 23 will hit.
Alright. The other one.
21 will hit. Yep.
And here's our challenge. Disengage is the action, but dash is also the action, right?
Yep, both actions.
Yeah. So we're gonna take opportunity attack and dash to there.
Okay, so he brings out this massive club.
Up from the ground, so.
Yep, so I'm just bringing up the stats for this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, so he brings this massive maul down and just smashes it into you. Or he's going to try to. Just roll with this, I think. Yeah. But +2 to this roll. So let me just make sure.
18 to hit.
You can use it to strike the ground. No, I don't think this effect will take things. So he hits the ground, boosh, and you dodge out the way. This massive ball goes and cracks some stones at your feet, but you avoid the opportunity attack. Okay.
I want to change the movement a little bit, just not quite so far away, but I'll fix that. You go ahead.
Sure. You hear massive footsteps thundering down the hill, and another one of these creatures comes down. Sees Judas there, and brings out another massive boulder, picking it up next to him, and he's going to hurl it. And does a 17 hit? Judas?
Yep. Yep.
So, massive stone once again comes and just crashes into you. You take 21 points of damage, but that's reduced to 10 because of your rage. And they're kind of all cheering there. They're ecstatic. They see the bloody the bloody form of Soren, and Udas also starting to take a beating. Roman, he is going to no, that's not going to work. He's going to start whispering using his dissonant whispers. He needs to be within 60 feet. So he's going to move up 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then he starts whispering stuff into the giant's ear. As dissonant whispers goes off. It needs to make a wisdom save DC 15. It fails. So, oops. Takes 12 points of psychic damage. And is that all? Okay, so does take 12 points of psychic damage. It needs to use its reaction to move as far away as it can. Do that, it needs to stand up. Then it will go 1, 2, 3. Judas, you may have an attack of opportunity. Kenryu will take it with his longsword. He'll hit with his longsword. So 11 plus what Kenryu does, 7, so 18 points of damage. Oh, the giant
2.
is
+2.
+2. So you hear Soren, sorry, Roman whisper into here, and he goes, and he stands up and starts running away, and Judas and Kenryu just slash into this back, and this mighty creature falls to the ground with a thump. And Roman says, well, that's how you do it, boys. That's the combo attack. From up above the cliffs, you hear more thunderous footsteps coming down, and another one of these creatures appears, once again picking up a huge rock. And he's going to throw it at Rafe. So he picks up the rock, hurls it in Rafe's direction. What's your armor class, Rafe? Is it 18?
You muted, Rafe.
Yeah, that's an 18, but that's muted.
Okay, so that will hit. So this massive boulder clips you on top of Tana. You take 14 points of bludgeoning damage. And you see the giant picking up another rock and getting ready to throw another one at you. This giant doesn't like being messed with. So he's going to pick up his own great club. Come stand next to Judas, pick up this giant club, and bashes down once, twice. Were they 24 and a 16? They both hit, I assume?
Yep.
Yep. So it was just boosh, boosh, both times with a great club, and you take a total of 33 points of damage, reduced to 16 because of your rage. The other hill giant is dead. He won't get a turn. Sister Abedi comes out from her hiding. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and she comes right up next to Sardin. Says, Sardin, this was a rough start here. Let me help deal with those wounds. I will say she casts it at 2nd level, so you can take that much, 12 points of healing. Oh, I wish I could do more, Sardin, but we have many battles ahead. As you feel the healing energy of Ilmater flow into your body. Okay, Eris.
So this cliff here, you said it's 20 feet. Is that... So, does that mean that one square is only 20 feet? Like... It only
20...
takes up 20 feet of movement?
Yeah, to go from... If you could climb and go from here to here, that would take 20 feet of movement.
Okay. So I'll run... here first.
Using your long strider.
Yeah, I have 50 at the moment.
Pachoo!
I'm going to kind of dash, and as I do so, I'm almost like little flecks of flame are coming off of my feet as I'm kind of like half dashing up this cliff.
Nice.
40. There.
You can get up cliffs with your long strider? I mean, it's pretty much straight up.
Do I, like, is it 20 feet of movement, or is it...
Oh, well, it's pretty much 20 feet vertical, so you need to explain to me how you managed to get up a vertical wall.
Can I climb it?
You can certainly try. It will take your action, though.
Even if, because I'm using my bonus action to do my little kinetic artistry dash, so I'm dashing. Right, so you're running, you've got your long strider going, so you're moving at a speed,
and tell you what, make an acrobatics check. We'll say DC 15. If you beat the 15, then we'll say you can do it without an action. There we go. So just use movement up there because Eris is special with her long strider. So it's just going to cost you movement to go there as your kinetic feet almost propel you up the side of the mountain.
There. And I'm going to get up in front of his face, and I'm going to cast Blur on myself.
Didn't you take the dash? Is Blur a bonus action, is it, or?
No. My dash is my bonus action, and then Blur is my action.
Cool. So Blur gives them disadvantage to hit you, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you start getting fuzzy. You see the giant's almost looking cross-eyed as this tiefling gets a little blurry. And I assume that's your turn, Eris? I'll take that as a yes. As another giant appears up there. And he looks at a rock. Then he looks at this... not little tiefling girl, but a tiefling woman, I guess. Should stop calling her a girl. And he rushes over next to his buddy. Picks up a giant club. Is Blur concentration? It is concentration, yep.
Yes, yeah.
So he's going to get this massive club. Try and hit your armor class of 21. Ooh. At disadvantage. Okay, first hit. Oh, 20. A dirty 20, almost. Next one. Ooh, a 21 and a 26. So one of them will hit you.
Yeah. I will also use my shield for that as well. But yeah, one of them will definitely hit. I think it just meets it.
Well, the armor class... No, they rolled a 26 and a 21. And since you're blurred, it's effectively a 21.
Oh.
So your shield would stop it.
Oh,
right?
Perfect. Okay, for some odd reason I thought it was attacking 3 times.
No, 2 great club attacks. So the first one you just dodge out the way. The second one comes crashing down on you. But boosh, you put off your shield, it just bounces off. And the giant is not happy. Let's have a little roar. Okay, Judas.
Yeah, I'm gonna smash that reckless.
Ooh, reckless. Okay, noted. 26 and 28 hit.
29.
29. Okay, the giant's looking pretty damn beat up. He's not happy, and he lets out another guttural roar. Assuming that's your turn.
Yeah, if I can try and move around just a little and get some cover behind the giant.
Sure.
I will.
I really don't. I'm just a sorcerer. Spells.
I think he's a cantrip caster.
Yeah, he mostly uses cantrips to enhance his hits. I think like boom blade and all those kind of things. I think.
Okay, so let's do booming blade. There we go. So there's some booming blade damage, and he's going to hit with his long sword. So he swings out with his long sword, buffering it up with a booming blade, but unfortunately it's a swing and a miss. Doesn't hit. It says, God damn it! And now a hill giant's turn. The one next to you, Eris. It sees how blurry you are, how difficult it was to hit. And your armor class is effectively 26 at the moment. Sees the... Actually, I'm going to give him an intelligence check. That's what I'm going to do. Ooh, pretty good for a hill giant. Okay. So he goes... And he attempts to pick you up. So you can make an athletics or acrobatics. And, ooh, it's a 21. You have to beat a 21, Eris.
I have, does Bless work on skills as well?
Unfortunately not. Attacks and saving throws. So he rolled a
That was
21.
not good.
So he picks you up in his massive arms, and you... Maybe the reason you failed is because he just absolutely reeks. And he picks you up, moves you to the edge of the cliff, raises you above his head, and just boom, throws you straight down on the ground. You fall immediately the 20 feet, and you take 9 points of damage. And make me a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on Blur. DC 10, con saving throw. Okay, so you maintain Bliss, and make me a dexterity saving throw. Say the DC is 15 to maintain your footing, otherwise you're going to be prone. You are prone. You land flat on your back, boom, and you're laying prone on the ground. And the giant goes, roar! He's very happy with what he did. And he takes a step back from the cliff. Soren!
Uh-huh. I'm gonna move here. And then I'm gonna Tasha's Mind Whip both of them with Twinned.
Okay. Saving throw, is it?
Yeah.
What type? Intelligence. Ooh, that's not the best one. 13 and a 1. So they take 9. Oh, so the first one takes 9, the second one takes 12. Does Tasha's Mind Whip
I didn't
do...
mean that.
I'll let you have it. 9 and 12.
There we go. That's what I meant to do.
Okay, so... Moreover, in its next turn, it must choose whether it gets a move action or bonus action. Can I get one of the 3? Okay, okay, we'll take note of that. Okay, nice. So yeah, the Tasha's Mind Whip goes off. They grab their head and they look confused. Do you stay where you are, Soren? You're standing next to me for healing, I see, Sutton. That's not the worst decision in the world.
Just in case.
Okay, Rafe, you're up. Having eaten a boulder, but you're still looking relatively healthy by the looks of it. What do you do?
So can I change out my one sword for a shield as a free action?
Sure.
Okay. Do that. And move into here. Let's swing at this guy twice.
Okay. That misses.
Yeah, we're gonna be advantage for Lord. I forgot.
That one hits, so 6 points of damage as you hack into him.
I'm gonna go ahead and smite that one.
Okay, so if it's first level, it's 2d8.
Be at 3d8, yeah.
Well, if you're casting it at first level, it's 2d8, isn't it? He's not undead.
Yeah, I'm doing it at the second level.
Okay, cool. So you charge it up with Divine Smite, roll your 3d8. Another 13. That hurt,
Not
but
great.
he is still standing.
Yeah. And then move back to...
So Tana's disengaging?
Yes, time is engaging.
Okay, cool. So I'll let you sort out that movement. And
Then my AC, 1 second, I'll take my AC is for mute and forget that I'm mute again. Let's control. AC is 22.
22. Okay. So the Hill Giant up on the top is going to... What's the range for these things?
Get out of here.
Sees him measuring. So he really doesn't like this little weedy guy. Possibly nothing worse than a weedy guy for a giant. And he picks up the rock. He kind of sticks a finger into his mouth, holds it up to the wind, goes, "Rrr," and he's going to throw the rock at disadvantage. But I think that hits with a 14.
I will shield.
Shield. Okay, so shield whoomp, goes up and you block it off. So it's a good hit, but not good enough.
My gooey green shield.
Roman. He's going to cast Dissonant Whispers again against this guy here. Oops, this guy here. So Dissonant Whispers. So he needs a 15 Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw. So Sauron's whispering into his ear, and the giant goes, "No!" Didn't seem to affect him. Actually, he's got that bardic thing, doesn't he? That reduces.
DC by like a D6.
Well, let's roll a d6, see if it helps. It does help. So there we go. It does work. So he does take 8. Takes that amount of damage. Okay, and so let's use 2 of those. And far away as it can allow. Judas, opportunity attack.
Yeah, he'll definitely take that. Oh, actually, that'd be at advantage because I'm still.
Way to turn around that natural one. Okay, roll damage. So 13. Same thing happens again. The perfect combo. The giant turns to flee, and you slash him across the back, or bash him across the back, and he falls to the ground dead. And Roman says, "Ha! I know have our differences, Judas, but we make a kick-ass team."
Right now, only when it seems like you're not here.
Okay. Who giant on the hill?
How convenient.
Ah, yes. Yeah, it's going to go for Judas.
Thank the Lord.
Picking up a rock. Won't be at disadvantage. Throws it. That's a 24, Judas. So, poof, bashes in you. 23 points of bludgeoning reduced to 11 because of your raging. But the rock thumps into you. This hill giant is dead. Sister Abedi. How's Roman looking? Oh, Roman, they do not seem to like you. I don't think I have a choice but to give you more points of healing. So there you go, my friend. I'll cast it at 2nd level again. Oh, much better. 18 points back. Eris. On the ground, prone. And I think your shield fades now, right?
Yep, my shield is faded.
Okay.
So I'm going to stand up, so it's 25 feet of movement, so I've taken that off of myself. I'm going to... check. This is a AoE.
Rawr.
So it's a 30-foot cone. Can I angle it upwards?
Yes, you can. I'd say you need to move back a little bit, though, to get the angle on the cliff. So if you did it like...
There we go. Does that work? Sorry, I grabbed myself and then I grabbed the cone at the same time.
I think
Does
take
that work?
one more step back. Yeah, I'll say you can get both of them. Yep. This one just gets in range. And what are you casting?
I am casting a second level Rhymes Binding Ice.
Oh, okay. Not familiar with that one. Do they need a deck save? I'm guessing.
It's
Oh,
a con
con.
save, so
So
that's fortunate. But
that's good because they're both great at con, and one of them fails and one of them succeeds. So the one at the top fails. So what happens to him? He takes 15 points of cold damage.
and he is hindered by ice formations for 1 minute or until it or another creature within reach uses its action to break away from the ice.
Okay. So what's the condition? Is he grappled? Hindered by ice has a speed reduced to 0. Oh, okay. So he's trapped in the ice until he takes an action to free it. So he's trapped in ice. The other one takes half damage. Half as much damage.
Yes.
So that one takes 7 points of damage. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, nice.
And then, so that's that attack. Take away the cone. And then I'm gonna flip the bird and start running.
Okay, bird is flipped.
Yep.
Okay, the one in ice is tries to break away from it, and I don't think he can move anyway. This was a spell, so he's just going to take. So it's action, bonus action, or movement. He's going to use an action to pick up a nearby rock, and yeah, hurl it at this annoying halfling who's blurred. Not halfling, tiefling. No, it's going to throw it at Udas. Udas looking completely and utterly unaware of what's happening because he's raging. And it's all attacks have advantage against you, right? Or is it just melee attacks? For your reckless attack.
That's a good question. Let me look real quick. Rage, unarmored, reckless attack. Attack rolls.
Okay, so that would be everything. So this rock thrown at your face would be at advantage. It rolls a 22. So, boom! Another one hits you for 27 points of damage, but reduced to 13 because of your rage. And let's add a... And it attempts to climb down, but ice binds it and it doesn't move at all. But it's happy enough, it seems, throwing rocks there. Kinryu. Does Kinryu have anything good from range?
I think you skipped my turn.
Oh, sorry, Ulysses was too busy beating you up. Yep. Feel free to go while I work out.
Wow.
Harsh retreat.
Are we going, guys?
Yep, retreat.
Yeah, I'll just grab the maul and I guess run back towards Roman.
Okay.
Back? Do we need to pass through here?
I don't know, do we?
No, we can. Well, no, go ahead.
Well, Kinryu said two things. Number one was he described the situation. And he also said back the way you came, like back this way, there's a way you can go around these giants as opposed towards them. So if you retreat and run back the other way, then absolutely. But you do have the maul in your hand.
Yeah, retreat. Unless you guys want to go through the gauntlet of throwing rocks.
So what do you do, Udas?
Picking up the maul, a maul action, or
Make me a dexterity check. We'll say
Hey.
DC 10. If you beat it, you can just pick it up.
that was a
hit.
dex save. I apologize, but
Yeah, it's still a
no,
9.
no, with the dex. Yep, that's still +0.
A dex save is always going to be at least as equal to a dex or a dex check. So you take an action. You have to pry it out of this giant's hands, and it takes a while to do it. So you take an action to grab it, but you do now have it.
Alright, then I will move 40 back.
Kinryu. Okay, cool. So you grab it, take a dash back. Kinryu is going, I hate these bastards. And so, but we're retreating. But first, let's do a little damage on the way out. And he casts Chill Touch. Oh, there we go. That's the way to do it. So it's going to be both of these together. So he does 19 points of damage to, we'll say, this one up the top here. Actually, this one, because it's already damaged. 19 points of damage. Then Kinryu's speed is 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Eris, you dance around and all of a sudden everybody abandons you. But that's okay. So this giant has nothing to lose from throwing another rock. And I don't think you attacked recklessly, right? So you didn't attack at all. So this will just be a normal roll to hit you. As he picks up another rock, hurls it at you and rolls a natural 1. It just goes, roar! It just plunks down to the side here. It's going to move a little bit to the south too. Soren. Actually, let me do something for the map, just as keeping track of things. As it sounds, you guys are heading south. We'll just extend the map. Like, oh, what did I do?
Did you just cut the map?
I did.
You did.
I went
I'm
the
only
wrong
one
way.
alive now. All of my friends are dead.
All by yourself. Left you behind.
Okay. That's back where we were. So that should be 60. There we go. There's a little bit. It's a much more bigger way to do it. Okay, Soren, your turn.
Okay, so there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll cast Dissonant Whispers on.
On which one? Okay. So wisdom save. He rolls a 7. So he takes 10 damage. And what else does Dissonant Whispers do?
I think it makes him run away. He's gotta run as far away from me as possible as he can.
I'll just have him run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's his reaction gone as well. So yeah, Dissonant Whispers comes and goes, runs away, but as he gets here, he regathers himself and picks up a rock and starts feeling the weight of it in his hand. Rafe.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, because she's way up there by herself. He's gonna run out here and snatch up Eris. Anything we do for that, or we just do it?
Oh, I assume you want to be picked up, Eris?
Yeah, I don't mind.
I'll just let you do that since she's willing.
Yeah. And then put us both back to there.
Okay, so feel free to go along for the ride, Eris, as you're on the back of Tana. Actually, make an animal handling check would be the only thing.
Oh. Can I do plus on those? I got 10 though. 10's I think it was. It's advantage, right? Is it minor advantage?
Yeah, advantage. I'm going to say Tana, you do manage to get Eris on your back, but Tana is resistant, and you have to kind of put him in the right direction. And struggling with Tana, you kind of get to there. You struggle to control Tana, but Eris is on top there. But Tana didn't like it very much and was kind of fighting you. Okay, is that your turn?
Yep, that's it.
Okay. So who giants 40 feet? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
God.
There you are, still blurred. And the creature's actually going to throw one at Rafe. And you said your AC was 22, right? Ooh, 27. Boosh! Another rock thumps into you and you take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
Good.
The giant smiles a little bit. Roman is going to cast... why not? Dissonant Whispers again. Oh, that's a good roll. Wisdom saving throw. Say on the one that's going to... this one... that one can't run away. So this one here. A wisdom saving throw, DC 15. It was a minus... Oh, that's intelligence, but there was still a natural 1. So for 0 he gets for that one. So 15 points of damage. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then Roman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So Roman casts Dissonant Whispers, turns tail. And this hill giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to see everybody retreating. Udas is closest to him, so he's going to throw a rock at Udas. Just a straight roll. What was a dirty 20? So 17 points of damage, Udas, reduced to 8. And... Sister Abedi. Udas, I'll not look the same to you like this. You're avoiding me. And she says, look, we need your brawn. It's very important. And with that, she grabs like a ceremonial dagger from her side, puts it into her arm, does a deep gash across her arm, screams out in pain. But man, she doesn't scream out. She just grits her teeth a little bit, and she takes 22 points of damage. But Udas, you take 44 points of healing.
They don't call you the best for nothing.
Oh, don't be so confident. I still need to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm pretty good at those. And she passes, so bliss is maintained. And she used her movement to get over here, and with the blood that's now gushing out of her arm, and she's kind of grinning. And what I say is, Lemeta is the god of the broken, and I break for you, Udas. Eris, on the back of Tana.
Okay, so the range on this is very strange. How do diagonals work? Like, I know this is like...
I just take it as the ruler.
Okay.
So 55 feet to there, and yeah.
Ooh, I need a square.
That's try to be smart ass.
Yet. If I place that there, does that hit both of them?
What's the range on your spell? 60 feet?
Yeah.
Yep, you
60
can
feet,
cast
and
it
then
there. I'll say yes, it will hit both of them. So what are you casting?
I am casting Nether's Mischief.
Okay.
So I have to roll on a little surge table, so let me do that.
Okay.
Okay, number 3. Okay. Number 3 is each creature in the cube must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or begin giggling until the start of your next turn. A giggling creature is incapacitated and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction.
Hilarious.
Okay, so the good news is both of them failed their wisdom saving throw. Must succeed
Okay.
or be giggling until the start of your next turn. So this guy starts poking at the ice around his feet and go, and this guy can't move because you still have bound him there to move in a random direction. So we'll roll. I don't have a D8 prepared, so we'll roll a D8. Determine which way he goes. 1, 2, 3. So he runs off. Let's extend my map again. So 60 feet. Must use all its movement, so he's going to move over this way. He's got 40 feet of movement, so he dashes off there, thinking it's hilarious for some reason, until the start of your next turn. So it's not going to get a turn next turn. In other words, this continues to laugh at its feet. Judas.
Let's get out of here. 80 feet. Right down. Yeah.
Kenryu agrees and starts dashing away. The hill... Which hill giant is this? That's the one giggling off to the side. Soren.
So I'm going to cast Hunger of Hadar.
Hadar, okay.
This guy, because it's 150 feet.
Which guy?
Top left.
So this guy, okay.
Putting a darkness dome around him and it's difficult terrain.
Okay.
And then, this will be the damage. The left one is what he takes now. Or, I didn't really,
Okay.
I don't know what it does. Yeah, so if it starts its turn, then it takes the acid.
Okay. So I'm just going to roll it now because it's not going to kill him. But this does happen at the start of its turn. So Dex save 17. Fails, it takes 13 damage.
And there's a 20-foot dome of magical darkness, so he can't see us right now.
Okay. So we'll just put a one of these on him to remind me that he's functionally blind at the moment. Okay, yeah, nice. I like these new spells that you guys are using. I haven't really heard of them, but that's great. Okay, so you cast Hunger of Hadar, and the creatures in darkness can't move. Feel free to move as well. Soren, Rafe, you're hightailing it.
Take it off. It's 140 feet. So we're gone.
Okay. So, the giant to the north says, if I was this giant, I'd see some of his friends laughing, some of his friends in darkness, and he goes, no! And he retreats back up here, going into the mountains and effectively out of sight. Roman's going to hightail it. This one's in darkness, and he's going to fail that dexterity saving throw now. He steps out of the Hunger of Hadar, and he's just hightailing it as well. I think at this point, the giants are retreating, they're giggling. Is anybody going to go after the giants?
We were getting out of there.
We're good, to be honest.
We're retreating.
We got what we wanted to do. We got them all.
Okay. So you smash and grab, getting them all. And, well done. It very much was a gauntlet that you're running through, but you managed to get through it. And everybody runs for a little bit, gets out of breath, and you find yourself back into the mountains again. What would you like to do?
Hey, can I take a look at that mall? I can tell you what it does. I'm assuming hit things, but you know, like if it's special.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. I don't know. Is it still giant?
Right, get out of there.
But you're casting Identify on it? I mean, it is
Yes,
as big
I
as
will.
Udas at the moment, which is pretty big. So you cast Identify with it and get a closer look at it. One thing you do know is that it will change size to Udas when he attunes to it, if he attunes to it. And this is what it does.
Range's strength modifier times 10.
Oh god.
Oh, I was on mute when I said, holy shit. Alright. Yeah, I will tune to that.
Okay. So we'll assume then, if you want to do that, you take the long way around the giants, and you say we go further hour north. Then you feel safe enough away from the giants. You can take a short rest if you like. Anybody who wants to recover some hit points, which Sister Abedi will definitely do.
I'll light a little fire to keep us warmed.
Okay, easy enough to do. Gonna use 3 of these.
And then I'm going to recover spell slots. Get 2 of my level 3s back.
Okay.
And then, so with this, when we take a short rest, I get 5 sorcery points back.
Aren't you glad you didn't have to give that up for Eris's sake?
I wasn't going to.
I appreciate you too.
I would have found another way to free you. It's not worth 5,000 when it only costs me 200 to get unstoned. So.
Fair.
And then I'll build this.
Okay, Sister Abedi looks fully healed up as she does combat medicine, I guess, to heal herself up. But functionally just hit dice. Okay, so this happens more or less at the start, in the middle of the day. And so you take a deep breath. The Earthshaker Maul is a what do you call it, a homebrew thing on D&D Beyond. So if you want to add it to your D&D Beyond sheet, you'll have to search for homebrew items.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm not sure. You might be able to see it anyway because you're part of the campaign. I'm not sure.
Searched for it, I couldn't find it, so I will try again.
Maybe search for it again, because I just added it to my collection, so maybe it's part of the campaign now.
Okay, so instead of me fireballing, he runs in and smashes the ground now, right?
Or both.
No.
We can do both.
Not seeing it in.
Let me see if I can work this out for you. Udas, inventory, manage inventory. It might be because you didn't allow homebrew content. Oh no, you got homebrew.
Shows up when I search it.
Weird. Maybe I'll refresh and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it either when I search for it.
Yeah, I just
you.
went manage inventory and add item, and I searched Earth Shaw, and it popped up.
Where did you go?
Just in your character sheet, I just went manage inventory and went add
Yeah.
items, and I just searched Earth, and it popped up.
Oh, that's exactly what I did, except it's not there.
I guess
That's-
I get it then.
Very strange. It actually, yeah, it doesn't show up for me either.
What?
You do have.
Why is it only
Jordan,
you?
what did you do?
I don't know. I got god powers that I don't know about apparently.
So it's out there in the universe.
I tell you what we'll do. Just add. You had a +1 mauler before, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just add +1 next time, and once we're finished tonight, I'll go and work out what's going on and add the Earth Shaker Maul to your inventory. How does that sound?
No problem.
Okay, cool. So attuned, and you head further north into the Savage Mountains, following the directions given to you by Agria. And as you go up, the first thing to note is, if you thought the weather was bad, it is getting even worse. The wind picks up, storm increases, lightning crashes around. The wind is just oppressive at the moment, and you find yourself even bunkering down even more, and you're kind of following up this mountain path. Like it's quite precarious. Imagine like that scene in Lord of the Rings when they're trying to go over the mines of Moria. It's a similar type of thing. A cliff down one side, you're huddling up together, go forward, and it's terrible. Then for some reason, the earth, the wind gets more and more powerful, and I'm going to need everybody to... Yeah, that wasn't the right button. Getting further away. I need everybody to make me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh. Oh! Bless the
Is this
snowstorm.
something I can see? An effect that I can see?
Yes. Yes, you may make it at advantage.
Did not help.
Okay. I'm going to tell you that Soren makes it.
Oh no.
That's it. So as you're pressing up the side of this mountain, you see there's a bit of a cave opening, and obviously leads somewhere inside the cave. And this massive, bigger than even the dragon that you saw back in Mornstead. This is a huge, gigantic white dragon, just massive. And what actually happens is it comes out, it beats its wings as it's leaving its lair, just whoosh, goes down into the Savage Mountains. I'm apparently not seeing you, but the mighty beats of its wings really screws you up. And so much so that everybody, except for Soren, gets blown off the side of the mountains and goes crashing down the side. Let me just... And... everybody who fell, you can all take 20 points of damage. Which will be Ken... Actually, Ken Ryu was at 79, so he's at...
Would would I be able to cast Featherfall in this situation?
I don't see why not. Because you're falling, right? And then
Right.
yeah, and you get your reaction. So yep, you can take
And
0
then the wind
damage. if you
blows you
like.
further.
Yeah, you fall 100 feet down.
Are you gonna get yourself? Because you can experience Featherfall on 5 people.
Up to 5 falling creatures. So I don't know how many of us there are, but one of you might die. Apologies. Or not die, but get hurt.
Whew.
Okay, so Soren is fine. He doesn't need us.
Yep.
And he wouldn't.
Oh.
It wouldn't sacrifice this thing for you anyway. So
I will do everybody in our group who isn't Soren and who isn't Eudas.
Okay, so Sister Abedi will be featherfalled.
Yes, and the only reason why I'm not doing Eudas is because I'm pretty sure you can take a mountain to the face. Apologies.
I mean, it still hurts, but yeah.
for the future, future, you know, I probably have to say this point.
Okay, so Kenryu doesn't take it, Roma doesn't take it, Sister Abedi doesn't take it, Eudas, you do take 20 points of damage. So good use of the spell as you're blown off and you'll gently fall down. You see Eudas though kind of falling down and crashing and bashing off the mountainside. It's quite a nasty fall. But the rest of you, apart from Soren, just land gently down. How are you guys getting back up? Let's go to Soren for a second. Soren, you see this massive white dragon just hit out of this mountain, beating its wings, and kind of was half bludgeoning damage from just the wing, and half damage from falling down there. But they're just a wreck at the bottom of the cliff there. Well, actually, not so bad thanks to the featherfall. What do you do, Soren?
I run into the cave. No. I'll go look over the edge of the cliff. Make sure everyone's fine and not dead, and you know.
Yeah. So right off the side of the cliff, it's like at an 80-degree angle, not quite vertical, but pretty much. And you saw them tumble down there, and they kind of land on a ridge down there. I will say about 50 feet below you.
Okay. I would say I would throw you a rope if I had one. Yeah, I can't do anything to help them. If someone can... I mean, I can... Is it icy? Is it rocky? What's the dealio here?
Yes. It is
Okay.
icy and it is rocky.
Because, I mean, I have a climb speed, so I could technically get a rope and climb back up.
Mm-hmm.
So I may attempt that.
Okay, well with your climb speed, you can absolutely get down there, no problem.
And yeah, I'll ask someone for a rope so I can climb back up and tie it off to something.
Sister Abedi says it pays to be prepared. Pythons, mirrors, poles, the ropes, these are all basic items. And she hands you a rope. I remember...
As well.
I was raised on a farm, not a mountain.
I remember when I used to play D&D in high school, we'd always have all these wonderful magical items, but we would forget things like ropes and mirrors and all these other, trivial things to buy, and we'd get stuck because we didn't have the right type of mundane equipment. Okay, so you climb back up. You have a rope now.
Yeah, I will tie it off to... Is there a big rock or a tree I can tie it off to?
No trees, but you can maybe do it around a rock.
I'll tie it off to a rock, and then I'll also hold it.
Okay, make me a survival check, Soren.
Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna use a sorcery point to reroll that.
Okay.
Well, I should have just left it, because every time I do this, I screw myself.
Okay, so the rope is not... You don't know this, but the rope, you think, is tied together nice and securely.
Yeah,
I'm going to say...
thumbs up to go.
I'm going to say normally with the rope you get advantage, but if you want to climb up, I don't think you could do this acrobatically. So if you want to climb up, a straight athletics check. Sister Abedi says, I trust him.
Oh, you fool!
And I'm going to say DC 10 to successfully get up. And it's a straight roll. Because of the crap job he did at tying it up. Sister Abedi scoots up. She's up there. Roman says, I got this. This will be easy. He runs up there. No problem. Kenryu says, if he can do it, I can do it. And Kenryu gets up. It's athletics. So we got all the NPCs that I needed to do have done it. So, Eris, do you want to give it a go?
Yeah, I'll go.
Athletics, DC 10. Oh, Rafe!
He's apparently up there just boom.
Pushes you out of the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Eris, roll me a misshapen D5, please.
Oh gosh, okay.
And you get 20 feet up and you slip and you take 2d8 damage. So not too bad. 8 points of damage. As you slip. I mean, if you'd rolled a 5, you would have been 50 feet up, so there we go. Sister Abedi shouts from above, Eris! That looked like quite the fall. Would you like me to come down and cast guidance on you?
No, I can do it! And as I watch Eunice go up.
Yeah, who just goes up, no problem. Oh, well, thoughts and prayers then. Want to climb up again, Eris? Another athletics.
Yes,
Okay.
Needed words of encouragement.
Yeah, it's really the thoughts and prayers that help.
Thoughts and prayers, yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so you all look, some of you look a little battered. Well, actually not too bad. Once again, thanks to the feather fall, you all survive. And you look inside of this massive cave opening in front of you. What do you do?
Go in.
Yeah, this thing just left. I know there's gotta be stuff in here.
Yep.
Sister Abedi says, well, it left. We have no idea when it's going to come back. I suggest we don't dally here. We grab what we can and get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Okay, so you go into there. It's dark in there. Does Sister Abedi have light? She does not.
I can cast light.
Okay, so light boom, goes up and illuminates the area. If nothing else, it's a bit more nice in here, and you get outside of the raging blizzard outside. And you suspect that some of you may be more familiar with dragons, that the weather got particularly bad because it was the effect of a dragon being here, a white dragon. But you get inside the cave, you go inside about 20 feet, and you see some treasure there. What's interesting about the treasure, though, is you've heard stories about the massive treasure that dragons can have. And while there's no doubt lots of treasure here, it's not a hoard. Looks like there's a fairly decent pile of treasure there, though. But it's all coated in a very, very thick layer of ice. You look around the cavern, and there's definitely ice around here, but it's definitely concentrated here. And you put two and two together, and you realize that the dragon has breathed its icy breath onto this and encased its treasure up in ice. And it's a very thick ice. And you look into it and you see gold. You see all sorts of gold, silver, platinum. You see a globe of some sort, a wand of some sort, and a quiver of some sort, and lots of treasure and some other things maybe you can't even see. But it's all buried under a very thick layer of ice. What would you like to do?
Hit Batcher and say, hey, sword and fireball.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but I'll just keep lighting firebolts until Soren can get his hands on that there wand. Tell you what.
Okay, so you start casting your firebolts onto it. And while it's true that the ice starts melting, you're actually making quite slow progress. And you suspect this isn't just ice, but it's dragon ice. So your firebolt is making some effect on it, but it's going to be slow going.
His maw, can it help?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I look at the layout here, or lay out some pythons and have you just kind of maul them into the ground to kind of weaken the ice in those areas?
Yes, you can. So you put some pythons in, and I assume Judas is happy enough to start wailing away on these things.
No problem.
Yeah. Once
Can we
again,
drill some holes and firebolt into the holes and use like TNT, like
TNT. I'm
Pull
fresh
up
out
all
of
the treasure.
TNT.
Tell the dragon, hey, we're here stealing your shit. Come back.
Used all the TNT black powder we had on the boat. I'm so sorry.
Man. I was thinking more like firebolt in replace of TNT, like drill a hole, like miners, you drill holes and you throw dynamite in and you blow things up to blow the hole up. So I was thinking if we drill a hole. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, you can drill a hole, but once again, you're drilling a hole in dragon ice.
Yeah.
This stuff
I'll,
is
like,
tough.
I'm a paladin. I got nothing for this stuff.
I'll heat up the area the pythons are going in to kind of weaken it a bit. And we'll kind of work all three of those things in there.
Okay, so I'm going to say that with your fire bolts, the pythons that are heated up, and Judas wailing on it with his newfound maul, things start to crack. And it takes about an hour before you get any type of progress in this house, in this ice. Oh, yep. So you can move to the mouth of the caves and keep an eye out for this dragon. You do find a bunch of treasure, which is quite a bit that you managed to get off. So it seems like just a bunch of gold is the first layer that you get through. So feel free to add that. Obviously it's annoying. Feel free to just convert it to gold. I mean, 752 copper pieces is just annoying. Well, Rafe, as the rest of your party does it, you can make me a perception check at disadvantage. As you try and keep an eye out, maybe this dragon's coming back. Okay, you look out there and you try to keep an eye out for the dragon. This is going to come down to luck about whether or not it comes back. And just roll me a plain old D20 if you'd be so kind. 8. You look out into the expanse trying to see a dragon. You feel you've got a pretty good beat on it. And for the first hour at least, the dragon has not returned. And in the inward, Rafe, you can't help but be silently happy about this. I mean, this thing was massive. And man, you guys got wrecked just by this thing beating its wings. So keep that in mind. But an hour goes by and you chip off all that treasure. What would you like to do? Would you like to keep working on it?
I'm gonna try Scorching Ray and fire them all in the same spot to kind of break through it quicker in one spot. Like 3 beams. Let's see if that makes more progress.
Okay, I'll tell you what we can do. It's going to come down to a random roll again. I mean, the things you see down there, you see a globe and a spell scroll. I'll let you try and target that using your Scorching Ray. So make 3 attacks with your Scorching Ray.
Did you want damage or just the rolls to hit?
Both.
Okay. Those are some weak ass rolls.
Yeah, you do. I'll say within half an hour, you manage to get a globe out. But if you want, but the rest of the half hour, you're gonna have to keep digging. And so you're gonna use the same tactic. So hitting up the pythons, Judas whacking away on it, Soren casting firebolts, and another hour goes by. You find these things. I don't know what scrimshaw was. It's kind of a thing made of bone, and this carving is made to look like an archer, and it looks as if it's undamaged from all this eye. So it's obviously magical in some way. And you also find a globe. So another hour goes by as you dig and frantically get through this. Rafe, another perception check at disadvantage. Ooh, once again, a nice roll. So 19. And roll me a d20. You scan the horizon. You see a massive white dragon heading straight for the cave.
There you go. So I'm gonna get out of here. Like now.
I will point out two things. The dragon is relatively close. You're not sure if you can get out in time. You can try, of course, but Rafe, you intuitively know it's going to be risky. I will also point out that you just went straight to where the treasure is. This cave goes much deeper inside the mountain.
Yeah, I say go down. Guys, anybody else?
Into the cave?
Yeah.
Is the cave? Is it big enough for the dragon to go through as well?
You see it going deeper, and so far, yes. You're not sure if it gets narrower ahead. You don't know. But it definitely goes deeper, and the portion you were in the next 30, 40 feet is dragon-sized. I mean, this thing is massive. So, what do you do?
And according to the map, is this kind of where we're supposed to be, or no?
Well, if you'd carried up beyond this open cave where the dragon came from, you'd be in the direction. But now you're inside the tunnels. You have no idea. I mean, it could go down deeper into the mountains. It could go higher. It could go left, right, north, east, south, west. You have no idea. So you have no idea if this is getting close to your direction. You don't even know if you could leave this caving system. So what do you do?
Quit.
Oh, I mean, knowing our history of trying to get out of somewhere, I don't know if we're gonna be able to make it in time.
Yep. That's why I said go deep into the cave.
Okay, I'm putting my timer on for 10 seconds. You have 10 seconds to decide what to do.
Anybody object?
In or out?
Anybody object?
Let's just go in if we don't think we can make it out.
Alright, and it is.
Okay, that was rather within 10 seconds. So you Rafe, I imagine you come running in and saying, "Dragon!" And everybody makes a quick decision to go down deeper into the tunnel. And you run in and, Judas, says Sister Abedi, if there was ever time for pass without a trace, now is the time.
Yep.
You
I
don't
don't
see.
think it's a new day.
Oh, it's not
Once a day.
once a day. Let me check if Roman or someone has it. Roman, does not have it. I doubt
Go
if
with speed.
Kinryu. Does
Right, Drew
not
has it.
have it.
Yeah, I think Beth has it.
Sister Abedi definitely doesn't has it. Okay, so you all start barreling down into the cave, going as fast as you. What are you doing? Are you aiming for speed or are you aiming for stealth?
I would say speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say speed right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you run as fast as you can. Is Tana coming out? Sean, are you getting Tana out? Keep in mind this is tricky terrain for Tana. She's going to find it difficult. Caves and horses don't tend to go together.
Yeah, not unless need to yet. I mean, so if it's tricky and not gonna help us, then I won't.
Okay, so you just run.
Everybody else.
Okay, so you go deeper into the cave. The cave does start narrowing up a little bit. Probably too big, too narrow for a dragon. But you hear a mighty thud, and you'll kind of stumble a little bit as you're running, and you hear the dragon land, and you hear it go, and you hear it breathing through nostrils. I smell your stink. You've stolen my treasure. And you hear it start boom, 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 running towards the direction you go. What do you do?
Get it far away as possible.
Okay, so you just continue carrying on. You continue to run down the cave. It is getting narrower and narrower as you go, and you look back every now and then, and you do notice the dragon is got sight on you at the moment. There's only one way you can go, and it's kind of struggling a little bit to get through this cave. It's a little cramped for it. It says you can run, but you can't hide. And it lets out a deep breath and lets out a 90-foot cone of cold breath, just push down the corridor. Now, are you sticking together? Or, like, I know, Udas, you're significantly fast. Are you taking off ahead of the group?
Yeah, no, he's running as fast as possible
Yeah.
away from the dragon. A giant ass dragon.
Yo.
Okay, the only other person I think this would be a factor would be Eris. Are you keeping with the group? Or are you long strike? Or your special movement speed away?
Yeah, I'll get the fuck out of there.
Okay. So, I'm going to say Udas and Eris take off ahead, and you just manage to avoid this massive blast of ice down the corridor. I need everybody else to make me dexterity saving throws. Oh, wait a minute. Let me double check. It might be a con save. No, it's a con save. Take it back.
Just can you guys add a +2 to that?
Sure. If you want to adjust it that way, that's fine. I'm just going to
Mine
reroll
is
for
+4,
Ken
but-
Review, Sister Abedi. Okay. So 25 for Soren.
2 for Ray.
Okay. So let me just check. So Soren's 25. Rafe, what was yours adjusted? You said it was just 20?
22.
22. Okay, Rafe and Soren, you make your dexterity saving throws. Roman with his 20 does not.
Oh no. Well, he's dead.
Let me just check something.
Does he have Absorb L?
Ooh,
Yeah,
that's a good question.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
Roman.
I don't even have it.
So I think this is your you shut out pass moment.
Yeah. I don't even have a stick to slam on the ground.
He does not have it.
Well, he's dead.
Let me check for Ken Ryu. Actually, I asked everybody what things they would do to get further away. I noticed Ken Ryu here has Dimension Door. So I'm going to say Ken Ryu passes it. He doesn't need to roll. He bounces away his head. Let's see if Roman has anything he could do. Doesn't look like it. Silent image, hold person, suggestion. Nope. So he is going to bite it. Sister Abedi is going to eat it.
I do know that Dimension Door, you can take one other person with you.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look at this. So that was Ken Ryu. So let's just bring it up. Teleport yourself to a human. You can also bring one willing creature of your size or smaller. So I'm going to say, because he is not here, Ken Ryu is going to take Roman, because I don't want to kill people when they're not here. So Ken Ryu grabs Roman, takes him. So who do we have then that's failed? We have Sister Abedi. Who else? Rafe.
I think that's just Sister Abedi now.
Tana as well.
Hannah isn't there.
Oh, Tana isn't there. So it's just
I didn't
Sister
long ago it
Abedi
was.
and Rafe. Is that it?
Rafe made it. He made 22, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's in trouble then? Sister Abedi's in trouble? Let's go through. So Soren, what did you do?
I got 25.
Oh, so you dodged, so you take damage, but half of it. Eris, you ran away. Rafe, you
22.
made 22, so you make it as well, but you still get hit. Udas, you're gonna. What did you do? You're gonna eat it, aren't you?
No, I ran ahead.
Oh, because you're extra speed.
Mhm.
So it's Sister Abedi. She fails. Rafe succeeds. And Soren succeeds.
I'm still terrified though.
Okay, so that's the summary, right? Sister Abedi fails. Rafe and Soren both succeed. Okay, but you still... Well, succeed is a relative term here.
Yep.
Takes a deep breath and... Rafe and Soren, you dodge just out of the way as it crashes through. And you both take 34 points of cold damage. Do any of you fall?
No.
Incorrect. Sister Abedi falls. She takes the full force of it on her back and she falls to the ground. I think at this point, only Rafe and or Soren could do anything about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to the action channel divinity. 1 second. Gotta find that. It's dang it. Sorry guys. Hand of Mercy. Allows me to use my lay on hands points for the bonus action with anybody at 60 feet in range.
Okay, cool. So bonus action, that's going to prove useful to you. So yes.
And then I'll pop her up with about, I don't know, we'll say 10 points, enough for her to jump up and run. Not enough to. I don't have enough points to do much else.
Okay, so she's sprawled out on the ground. Her body is covered in ice, and she just looks terrible. But you don't even reach down. You call upon your god. You heal her up. She looks around. She realizes what's happened, and she stumbles to her feet and starts taking off. Soren, are you doing anything, or are you just running?
So how far away is it from us?
You feel. Let's have a look. It was. It's about 60 feet away from you.
Okay. Between us and it, I'm not hitting it with this, but I'm gonna use my Hunger of Hadar again to make a 20-foot sphere of magical darkness to like block the cave, so it can't really see us, and it'll slow us if it walks. It'll slow it if it walks through, because it's difficult terrain.
Okay, so you use your action to cast Hunger of Hadar, and these yucky rise up, and you run.
Yeah, so we're kind of out of its line of sight, so we can kind of possibly get a chance to get in a way and slow it down a little bit, hopefully.
So you take off, use your 30 feet of movement.
35.
Rafe, 35. And Rafe, since it was a bonus action, you're just going to continue to head north?
Yes.
Okay. Sister Abedi stumbles to her feet, struggles to get traction on the ice, and you hear the deep inhale at the back. Now this is going to come down to a dice roll, because cold breath recharges on a 5 or a 6. Eris, you might have the fate of Sister Abedi's in your hand. Eris, roll a d6 and don't roll a 5 or a 6.
Do you have inspiration to re-roll it?
Yeah.
Not for these. No, not for these. And while you're at it, roll me a d20, Eris. Actually, Sister Abedi can't make this saving throw.
NPCs never live, man.
She has a +0 to her dex saving throw, and it's a DC of 22. So, you're at an 8, so it's an 8. So the dragon takes a deep breath. And Rafe, why don't you roll me 16d8?
Okay. 16d8. I
Yeah.
don't know if I can do that. Hang on. There it is. Get it backwards. We'll see. Oh, there you go. Woo!
74.
Oh my god.
That's with three ones.
Well, I rolled, if you remember, I rolled 69, tee-hee, which is why you took 34 points of damage, so you rolled a lot. And so Sister Abedi stumbles to her feet, appreciative of the 10 points of healing, and she starts running, and she gets right to the edge of it, and she tries to dive outside of the range, but it catches her and engulfs her, and you see her body freeze up, her eyes glaze over, and she tries to say some last words, and all you hear is, "I am broken for Ilmater," and she falls to the ground, very obviously dead. That is more than her maximum hit points, so she is dead.
Oof.
Rafe, Soren, do you do anything?
If she looks dead, unfortunately, no.
Yeah, it's a brief words and
I don't even got time for words. I'm running like hell,
go.
hoping we can lose it with the darkness.
Okay, the darkness, by the way, it didn't care about it, knew where you were, so it just breathed through the darkness,
Yeah.
which is why I allowed that to happen. Because, why wouldn't it do that? Especially thanks to Eris's 5 on that d6.
It's all your fault.
Yeah, and you...
Thanks.
You just see Sister Abedi completely and utterly covered in ice. She's encased. Her eyes are blue, the ice. And it seems you dwelled too long in the cave of this ancient white dragon. You hear some roaring coming from behind you. Says, I will find you and I will destroy you. You have just denied the inevitable. I will hunt you down. And you continue just to tear off down the cave. And the cave gets narrower and narrower, far too wide for a dragon. And you turn a corner. And for the moment, you feel safe from the dragon, at least. What do you do?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Are we like the area that we're in? Is it small now? Like the dragon can't get through. We're pretty sure.
No way a dragon could get through, and even better, it kind of turns a corner. So even if it does, you feel very safe from the dragon for the meantime. Anyway, it's a little disconcerting that he's, sworn to hunt you down. But for the moment, you feel safe. What do you do?
Perfect. Out of sight, out of mind. I'm assuming both Eudes and Eris are so far ahead of everybody that we're just waiting for them behind a corner.
Yep.
At this point.
And Eudes come. Well, yeah. Kinryu comes. Roman comes. Rafe comes. Somebody doesn't come.
What's Soren? You didn't say Soren's name.
Oh,
Did he
yeah.
die? Do I not know?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Soren comes as well. Sorry, I missed Soren, but yeah, obviously there's one person who doesn't.
That little kid from the beginning of the campaign.
Man, every NPC, man.
Yep.
Oh, that was it was the chances of the dragon coming back had a roll of 15 or higher on a d20, and you did. And Sister Abedi has no way she can run fast. I mean, she's not very dexterous. I mean, the DC was 22 for the breath weapon. She has a +0 on her dex modifier.
15 and the 5, that was the two bad rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5 if you draw, yeah. She would have survived if you did roll a 1, 2, 3, or 4, Eris. But of course, it's not your fault. It's just
We're just greedy and had to loot the cave.
Oh, yeah, you got some treasure.
Of course. It was a trap. Malcolm knew what he was doing.
Oh, I knew what I was doing, but I didn't know how it was going to pan out.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw the dragon leave. Sister Abedi made it clear it might come back, and you chose to risk it. And unfortunately, didn't pan out that way. It could have got even worse, by the way, if Rafe hadn't have seen the dragon coming.
Oh yeah.
The high perception roll. Otherwise, it would have been upon you. So,
Yeah.
not a
Yeah, if I
TPK.
didn't-
And if
Yeah.
it wasn't obvious already, there was an ancient white dragon.
You okay?
Yeah.
Yep.
We missed that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Need you when you need them.
Yep. Now, Sister Abedi is dead. And, yeah.
God damn it.
Is she just lagging behind, or is she? Did you
she's
leave her
frozen
somewhere?
dead.
She's an ice cube.
Yeah, she's frozen over.
Oh.
Yeah, she's gone.
Well, I guess rest in peace, Sister Abedi. I'm not going to go get the body at this point. I don't think. How far away is the body from us, technically?
Like 300 feet, something like that.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, a dragon's chasing you, right? You don't muck around. So, I think
Yeah.
300 feet is fair.
Is that thing still following us if we, peek our head around the corner?
Which, the dragon?
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
Mm.
Don't know.
Wow.
Well, Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, if you... I guess, like, I could go grab the body if we wanted to. I don't know
No.
if we wanted to heal
No.
her or fix her or whatever.
There's no healer thinking she's dead, and so no, it doesn't make sense to risk all of our lives for a body.
Side question, does Eris know if Sister Abedi has anything of any value on her?
The old loot the body thing. Let's have a look. The only thing, the most valuable thing she has is her plate mail armor. Everything
We're
else
not,
she has.
we're not going in there to just the dragon for plate now, right?
She has
No.
You didn't see her wielding any magical items. Does have 200 gold on her?
No. Sorry.
And 3 copper.
You just know. You just know.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, move on. Pay respects tonight, and
Okay, so as you contemplate the loss of your greatest healer, without question,
they've saved their ass a lot. That's
saved her
true.
ass a lot, but
And we got her killed.
unfortunately, her lack of dexterity and just bad luck saw her fall. But everybody else survived. I imagine Soren and Rafe, you're a little beat up, but not dead.
Not close.
What did you get down to, Soren
19.
and Rafe?
Oh, well, not too bad. I don't know how to. Hang on. 45.
45, not too bad.
Not about half.
Okay, well, I think this is a good point to end it. Quite frankly, I haven't quite planned out you disappearing into the cave. I have lots of other things mapped out ahead, but not into the cave. So I think this will be a good point to end, and we'll deal with the complication of the cave next week. And let's see how you guys handle it without a fantastic healer.
Oh, well, that's the answer.
And I've you've still got some chains to sort out as well, but yeah, you've had a complication. Okay, good night, guys. Thanks. It was
Thanks,
fun
man.
as always. Always cool seeing the decisions you guys come up with. So.
They're stupid